40 years I had waited to get my hands on the last of my brother's killers. Not even an army of demons could have stopped me now.
Ну что, всех привет, и приятного просмотра. Продолжаем проходить камбои. Я думаю, это уже последняя. Может, серия, может, не последняя будет, без понятия. Но я думаю, приближаемся к концовке. Эта игра на самом деле не слишком долгая. Как мне это не нравится, это леса.
Both Johnny Ringo and Jim Reed fell fairly quickly. But the last one, Roscoe Bob Bryant, that son of a bitch had managed to escape my vengeance time and time again. I couldn't even be certain I'd recognize him after all those years. By now, he had to be close to 70.
For all you know, he could have been dead.
That thought had indeed crossed my mind, as did others.
Фигня такая, а? Все?
For instance, did my thirst for vengeance turn me into something worse than the man I was after? By this point in my storied career, I had killed more men than Bob Bryant ever had. I was furious as hell at that bastard for making me who I am. A man with no family, no friends,
Опа-на.
no purpose except shooting Bob Bryant dead.
Заброшенная. Кто таки строит-то, блин, а? Дома, я не понимаю. На склоне каком-то, блин. Что-то так ничего не положили, блин.
Nothing could stop me from taking his life. I'd been after that killer forever. From the time I rode with Billy the Kid. But that chapter of my story you already know.
Chapter of that fairy tale, you mean?
Suddenly it was 1910. There I was, an old man roaming a ghost town dead almost 2 decades.
Ребят, что это будет? Так, контрольная точка, хорошо.
Town was falling apart, just like me.
Собака, что ли, где-то бегает?
But I wasn't about to call it quits. Even though the ghosts of my dead brothers were begging me to end what I started so long ago.
Mr. Graves, are you all right? Would you like some water?
The Wild Bunch knew I was there. They were after a treasure they had hidden before they fled, buried in the grave of a dead amigo. Some folks think the town is haunted, so they figured there wouldn't be many people poking around.
Пацаны, не понимаю. Это тупик, что ли? Я уже не помню, какую кнопку тут вызывать этот. Нет, не то, не то, не то, не то. Это навыки. Это мне не надо. А, сюда мне надо. Да найди это место. Только же зря потратил вот эту фигню я.
I intended to fill that grave with Bob Bryant's corpse. But like I said, the bandits knew I was on to them. They lured me in and hit me with everything they had.
А где она? Наверху, что ли? Да, наверху оказалась. Вы помните, дураки, блин. Это вот стреляли, блин.
But you obviously prevailed since you're sitting here telling us the tale.
Actually, in that moment, I did not prevail.
So I suppose we're talking to a ghost.
Funny you should put it like that, Jack.
И что это было?
Because when I woke up,
Очнулся?
From the dead?
there was silence all around me. I could swear to God I saw Billy then.
Billy who?
Billy, the kid. William Bonney. He was shooting at me from a rooftop. Here, there, and even over there.
So I am
Что
right.
такое
You are
было-то?
touched in the head.
Mr. Greaves, perhaps we should switch you to coffee?
You see that old Indian again, too?
No, but I did see Billy's killer. Patrick Floyd Garrett. He came at me guns a-blazing. But I knew
Дурак,
that
что ли?
old war horse had died 2 years before. I wondered if maybe I was dead too and confronting the ghosts of my past. Perhaps all my sins were coming back to haunt me and drag me down to perdition.
Вот это призрак. Что это было? Я не понимаю.
I saw Henry Plummer throw dynamite at him.
Я, конечно, прекрасно понимаю, а где они все? Я не вижу никого. Вот это, блин, только так по мне стрельнул. Вот он прекрасный. Бочки с водой здесь.
And in the gates of the cemetery, I saw John Wesley Hardin, just like I remembered him.
Я вообще не вижу.
Robert Ollinger appeared with his terrible double-barrel shotgun.
Да блядь, откуда я не вижу? Чё, блин, за фигню вы придумали, а? Блядь. Буду я мучиться, значит, в этой игре.
No ghost army was stopping me.
My father-in-law got hit with a fallen branch. He spent the rest of his life talking to dogs.
Что это такое за фигня такая?
Newman Hayes Clanton, William Brocious, John Peters Ringo, they all wanted me dead.
Блять, пиздец, скалов нету.
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed, each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Thought.
Блять, какой вы ты, блядь, заебали. И чё, всё заново что-то? Тут нереально, вы что?
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed. Each one deader than the next.
Конечно. Хорошо, просто прекрасно. Фуй, блин.
The Dalton brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed. Each one deader than the next.
Да блядь. А почему не срабатывает мой прием против
The
них,
Dalton
да?
brothers, Robert and Grattan, guardians of the Garden of the Dead. George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond.
А,
The
понятно.
Dalton brothers,
Сюда мне не
Robert
дают
and
уйти,
Grattan,
да?
guardians of the Garden of the Dead.
А если попробую этой?
George Curry and Harvey Logan, alias Kid Curry, both thirsty for vengeance from the great beyond. Jesse, Woodson, James, and Jim Reed. Each one deader than the next. I thought I would go crazy.
Thought.
Где, откуда?
Finally, I saw Harry Alonzo Longabaugh,
The Sundance Kid?
like a general leading his legion of the dead.
You told us before that you'd seen him alive.
He was alive.
Бля, бьет он хорошо. Фига уже помоги, блядь. Ну почему? Давно так я эта игра. Я хорошо попал по мне. Тихо, угомонись.
Then I heard a voice call to me from afar. It was Robert Leroy Parker, a.k.a. Butch Cassidy, coming at me from out of the fog.
Thanks for taking care of that bastard.
Фу, дурдом. Слабаки какие-то. Мне против двоих-то как тут так сделать?
But the kid wasn't quite deceased. Not yet.
Takes more than one little bullet to kill the likes of me, partner.
Those two looked like they hadn't seen each other for quite a while. Clearly, they were no longer amigos.
Shit. I was hoping I wouldn't have to kill you. You won't have to, Butch. I'm killing you first.
I asked them about Bob Bryant, but they were too busy with their own heated conversation.
Let me get this shit straight. You want my money and the love of my life?
You frittered it all away, Butch. Etta's mine. So is that damn money.
I didn't want to shoot anybody until I had an answer to my question, but those boys didn't give me much of a choice.
Ой, блин, да не надо мне против них сразу двоих, блядь. В мексиканской дуэли используется UE для переключения фокуса противника, который смотрит на вас. Чутка не хватило, чутка не хватило.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid died there in that cemetery not 6 months ago.
Да фиг с ними. Эпилог.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid were killed by the Bolivian army. Everybody knows that.
That's the legend, but it ain't the truth.
So, you never found Bob? There is no Bob. This old sumbitch ain't even Silas Greaves.
Sir, is that true? Have you been pulling our legs this whole time?
Well, not the whole time.
Oh man, I think you've worn out your welcome here.
Maybe you're right, Jack. Maybe it's time to pay. You see, Ben, or should I say Bob, your past always catches up with you.
I was a different man back then, crazy. Drinking, I've changed my ways, I swear to you. If I could turn back the clock,
But you can't, Bob.
Давай выберем вместе.
Why'd you toy with me like that? Telling those tales, knowing all along. Why not just lay your cards on the table?
Here. I won't have it said that I left you with nothing.
That's how you want it? So be it.
Holy shit!
Right, Molly, move against that wall. Go!
Очуметь, это еще сложнее, чем думается. Почему вы двигаетесь, я не понимаю.
Damn lion, drifter.
Ай, блядь, пиздец. Опять буду мучиться с этим фигней, блин.
Oh my God! Oh Jesus!
Did you know it was him all along?
Cassidy told me Bob was in Abilene before he died. But I wasn't sure Ben was my man until he revealed how much he knew about Ringo and Reed. The coin, of course. Well, that was the last nail in that particular coffin.
I better go get the sheriff.
You okay, boy? You're looking mighty shook up.
Dwight, maybe you best go home. Young Eisenhower here is leaving for West Point tomorrow. He shouldn't get caught up in something like this.
I think I might head out myself at this juncture. Unless you want to stop me, Jack.
No, sir, Mr. Graves.
So where you going now? Now that you had your revenge?
Doesn't really matter, does it? As I've sold my soul for it, and will never again walk with those I have lost.
Вот так мы игру и прошли. Очуменно просто. Все титры будут замечательно просто. Да, музыка, надеюсь, авторских прав не будет.
Won't you spare me over till another year?
Можно записать еще одну игру на прохождение. Ах, хорошая игрушка, ну была тяжеловато в некоторых местах. Чутка, это еще на легком уровне играл. Я особо не спец по этим стрелялкам. Но все равно ж было интересно. Я думаю, на этом заканчиваю. Увидимся с других прохождений. Всем вам удачи вам. И пока.